Hello, Internet. Welcome back to our Refugee playthrough. Honestly, we've been playing really slow. I didn't really realize it until I thought about it yesterday. We've been playing for, I think this is episode 11, so for about 5 hours. And we're on day 2, which is pretty unimpressive. Sorry if I'm a little out of breath. I had someone at the door moments before I hit the record button. We're going to keep looting, I think. Probably try to work down this way, but I think I said that last time and then didn't actually go anywhere close. I think we ended up hovering around here. And then up here trying to clear. I would like to get eyes up here again just to see if what the monster density looks like, because I would like to go to the outdoorsman shop at some point. But for now, we're just going to head back out. You're beginning to feel a bit like you've exerted yourself. We are lightly weary. We knew that, which is not that big of a deal. And we're going to go back out, I think. I don't remember what the multipliers are on light and all the different wearinesses so I'm not super aware of that. It might make us really, really pathetic in combat. If we start to notice we're really slow, we will just come back and read or whatever. But for now, yeah, I was literally about to hit the record button and someone knocked on our door, which is pretty unusual, and global pandemic and all that good stuff. Don't expect people to be knocking on your front door. I guess they found a family member's credit card, which is weird. Like, I don't know why. I guess someone who works at the insurance company down the street, someone put the credit card through their mail slot and it belongs to a family member of mine, and the person seemed unwilling to give it to me, which is fine. I'm not that person, so they, were expecting not me, I guess, to answer the door. So my family member has to go pick up a credit card. I don't know why there's a credit card. I don't know why someone put it in the insurance company. Let's just go up and look at these houses. Oh, did they update the boulders? I did see somewhere Altica had posted about updating the boulder size, making them a little larger. I think we talked in a previous episode that I had seen someone post about the child zombies getting slightly larger. Let's go back and kill this guy before he becomes an issue following us. And they had said about updating the boulder size as well. I think these are good decisions. I like Altica. Some of the small tiles are definitely an issue. So what you may not know if you're just watching this on YouTube, I actually have everything scaled up about 25% compared to what you would see on your screen. That's why my log is probably smaller than yours. It's why everything's slightly more zoomed than it would be on a standard player's computer. And I'm also playing on a very large television. So like when I see tiny sprites, I always think like, well, if I can't see it with everything scaled up 25% and on a big television and I barely notice when there's a child zombie, surely that's an issue for other people as well. So I think those are positive changes ultimately for Altica. Yeah, I don't know why someone would put the credit card in the insurance company. It just seems very odd. Also confused why the insurance Oh, there's just a crap load of dogs in here. I thought we had cleared out all the dogs here. We even came and picked some of the marijuana, so you would have expected fewer dogs. So I guess the dogs are just supposed to be representative of like guard dogs for a marijuana patch. I don't hate that idea, but this is 8 dogs that we've seen. It seems a little suspicious in a neighborhood for someone to have 8 dogs and such a clear, marijuana patch out in the backyard. I assume this is also weed, cannabis, yes. So pretty significant grow up. A bit strange to find that at a house. I have known people who grow. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that on the internet. I've maybe have known some people who grew marijuana. I do not partake personally. Nothing against people who do. And those people always had just like a plant or two in a closet. They never really had an open air. You don't grow weed in your backyard when you live in a neighborhood. That seems like a great way to get yourself in trouble. So just a bit odd. I guess we fight these dogs. I don't know if the dogs are big enough to push each other, so we may need to retreat. Actually, we're too far to retreat. If we sprint all the way over here, we're going to run out of stamina while we're fighting them. We would like to take them here where we have that single tile that they can only come one at a time. We might end up breaking an arm here or something, but we're just going to stand and fight. I forgot to turn my sound down. I think there's one more in there that did not get killed. Yeah, there's only 3 here. Pupper, are you going to come up here? Okay, there's 2 more. So there's a total of 9. Okay, dog. There's a total of 9 dogs in this one little map gen. Seems a bit overboard in my opinion. Because we had 5 here, we fought 4 previously. Just seems like a bit much. I get this, you know, the hinting of it is, oh, it's guard dogs protecting weed. Get items. What is that? A funnel. Okay, take the funnel. And you know what? We'll take the tourist table as well. Actually, we can't carry this. I like having deployable tables in my vehicle, but we're not really at that stage of the game. I don't really want to haul that all the way back to base. We're just going to leave it. And I would like to go in. Oh, and they have metal doors. Let me guess, you also have a security system. But it probably only triggers, like we discussed, on doors or whatever. Deck of sorcery cards. Set of cards meant to play the game Sorcery. Each card has a fun picture of a different monster. Presumably meant to be magic cards. Love me some magic. I like card games a lot. I like Magic the Gathering because it's the best card game. Like, objectively has the best mechanics, is very, very good to play. But I think we've talked about it before. I stopped playing Magic because of the design decisions that they make, consistently overpowering like certain colors and ignoring other colors. And it just made me not want to play anymore. So I don't play Magic anymore. Still have a collection of the cards though. I love cards. It's pretty much like, if you ask me like, do you collect anything? My answer would be cards. I like tarot cards a lot, although I don't believe in tarot cards. I'm not really into those things for that reason. I just am fascinated by the concept of divination through cards, as well as the history of, you know, tarot is pretty interesting and stuff. So, you know, I have an interest in that. And then Magic cards, of course. Magic is just the best card game from a like a mechanical perspective, in my opinion. I've played Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is fine as well. I can get behind that sometimes. You know, if I'm in the mood, you know, I played some of the Game Boy Yu-Gi-Oh! Games quite a lot. And then Pokemon is a little too simplistic for me. Those are the 3 main ones. I've played some other, you know, card games over the years, but we've talked about this before. Let's not talk about this. In fact, let's get a question. I should have... I don't have my questions pulled up. We don't need to keep talking about cards. Let's scroll, highlight. Spontaneity or stability? That's hardly a question. I like stability. I'm someone who, historically, I like to have everything. So when it comes to my personal life, I'm not really a planner. I don't plan things. I just do things when they strike me as something that needs to be done. I'm pretty bad at following up on to-do lists. I don't like when I write, I don't really plan. Like, in writing, there's a term called pantser. Is a term you might have heard thrown around if you're at all involved in the writing community. And what that means is someone who doesn't really plot out their books. They just sort of go, you know, pantsing from the seat of their pants, basically, right? They just go and they work it out on the fly. That is who I am, for the most part, whenever it comes to that sort of thing. However, when it comes to actually like going places, doing things, being social, I need to know what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. I think we are having a multiplier applied to our attacks from weariness, because every time I swing at this guy, he has time to advance and grab me in the same turn, is what I've been noticing. And that seems to me that we might be slower. Like, there he did it again. He advanced and grabbed us all in the same turn. which makes me think that there's a multiplier being added to our attacks. I can't confirm that, of course. The game doesn't tell you that as of now, so I can't really verify that, but that would be my suspicion. So we kind of don't want to fight. I was going to clear all these zombies in the intersection to get access to these houses. I don't actually think that maybe is not in our best interest. So let's mark this house as explored. And we should be able to slip into the, well, no, I don't think we can. So let's draw the attention of these final few on this intersection here. What are you? Oh, you're a crawler? So it's going to take you a long time to get over here. Let's just go to the house. Let's zoom out as well. Open window, pop right in. Fat zombie where? All the way up there. So when it comes to social stuff, I actually really need to plan ahead of time. I do not accept, man, can't eat cheese pizza because we're lactose intolerant. Even though we can eat meat pizza, which presumably also has cheese on it. Can't eat, there's too many dairy products in fridges, is my take. Like, and that too, you know, we've been talking a little bit about numbers and what does and doesn't make sense for Cataclysm. I think a gallon jug of milk is too much for the average household. A huge percentage of the population is lactose intolerant, but basically every fridge in Cataclysm comes with almost exclusively dairy products. Condiments make sense. Basically every fridge in the United States has condiments in it. But dairy products, not so much. A huge percentage, I think it's like 25% of the population is lactose intolerant, which means they would not have milk products, or at least they would not have milk itself in their house. And then add to that most single people, most people who maybe don't have a large-ish family, they're not going to buy a gallon jug of milk. Like I live in a household of 4 people. We don't consume enough milk. Anytime we buy milk, it spoils before we use it. So we buy these little bottles of milk for when someone wants to have cereal or whatever, or we're cooking or whatever with milk. We're not going to buy a gallon jug. Even with 4 of us, it's not going to get drunk by the time that it goes bad. So I've always had an issue that basically every fridge has just huge amounts of dairy products. Plus, I like to take lactose intolerant in Cataclysm. I don't think most people would even notice these sort of things because most people don't pay attention to what is and is not dairy. But as I play a lactose intolerant character, I'm more aware of those things than most people because I can't drink them. Just like we can't eat burritos because apparently that little bit of cheese that's in a burrito, even if it's like a bean burrito or whatever, we can't eat it because apparently that's enough to trigger lactose intolerant. It's unfortunately an all or nothing. It's not something that you could be like altering the percentages on the fly to see whether or not you get sick from lactose. It's an all or nothing type situation. So I'm not really a planner except when it comes to social situations. I get very upset if someone springs something on me. Like, oh, hey, good morning. By the way, you know, in an hour, we have to be at so-and-so's house to do something. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. It makes me miserable. I start dreading the experience, so then I don't want to go. And even once I get there, I'm usually unhappy because it was sprung on me. And I really am someone who wants to know ahead of time. Like, and it's important that you know at least somewhat ahead of time because you need to shower. Maybe I need to shave or trim my beard or whatever. I got to find, you know, and make sure that I'm cleaned up and have clean clothes and all that stuff. So it's like, I just need time to know about that stuff. And sometimes that people will spring stuff on me. You know, I've had girlfriends and it's like, oh, the wall collapsed when I smashed out. Oh, I didn't smash. The window was already smashed, I guess. So I broke out the window frame and it destroyed the roof here. It collapsed in. So that's where that rubble came from. Interesting. Did I loot this house already? I don't know. We can't see what's under the rubble, unfortunately. But the fridge is intact. We did loot here because all that's really left is the dairy product and things. And some random stuff we don't really care about too much. We'll take the long strings, of course. Toilet plunger. I don't know why you would keep a toilet plunger in your kitchen area. Seems disgusting. Go ahead and grab these things. Turtleneck, no. Polo shirt, no. Okay, so we'll quickly loot the remains of this house. Still looking for more disinfectant. We have some. We have enough to get by for the time being, but one of those things I would like to have a pretty significant reserve of. Yeah, I hate when people spring stuff on me. I've had girlfriends do that where they're like, oh, good morning, here's, let's eat breakfast because in 30 minutes we have to. Like, I had a girlfriend, and she woke me up and was like, it's like 5 in the morning, and she's like, "Hey, I'm going to the barn." Some of the she was a horse person, so she would go every morning, to go exercise her horse and whatnot, which is not a euphemism for something. That's just she would go to work out the horse. They would do lunges and stuff like that. It just sounds like a euphemism. Like, what'd you do today? Oh, I worked my horse. Okay. Okay, maybe don't share that with me. Okay, I'm crazy. Just ignore me, internet. I'm just not a well man. I don't speak very well and make much sense. So, she would go every morning to the barn and interact with her horse, because that's what you do to train a horse. And she was having people. They were all going to meet at the barn and do stuff. I think they were going to drink and hang out and whatever. But she woke me up. It's like 5 in the morning, and it's like in Ohio in wintertime, where it was like negative 12 degrees at the barn. And she's like, get up, we're going to the barn. A bunch of, her friends were going to be there. And I was like, no, just no. You can't just spring on me the moment I wake up that I'm supposed to get ready and go stand around in the cold with a bunch of your friends that I don't really know. I was so unhappy. Like, I went, if I recall correctly, because that's what you do when you're in a relationship. You just shut up and follow whatever the lady tells you. Can I still not climb downspouts? I can climb this one. I don't know why that other one wouldn't let me climb. Because that's what you do when someone, you're in a relationship. Relationships are give and take. Sometimes you got to do things you're not really happy with. So I went, and I was miserable for a lot of reasons. I just hate having things like that sprung on me. If I'm going to be around people, I need to mentally prepare to be around people. I don't mind certain things, sprung on me as soon as I wake up. Like the other day, I woke up and my family member, one of them was trying to change a tire. And it was in the cold, and they were basically they had jacked up the vehicle and then left it overnight, and it had rained quite a lot. So the jack had sunk into the stones and was like locked in place, and the whole car had descended. So they needed to free the jack. The tire was already off. Free the jack, rejack the car, the truck, and put the tire on and all this. And they were doing it out in the cold. It was like 10 degrees. And so as soon as I got up, my one family member was like, "Hey, can you go out and help, change this tire?" And I didn't mind that, because it was like I didn't really have to be social. It wasn't like I had any real responsibility. It was just, "Hey, can you go help someone do some basically physical labor?" And I was like, all right. So I went out and, we spent 20 minutes digging the jack out and rejacking up the truck and putting the tire on and everything. And it was cold and it was miserable and I got my pants dirty, but, it was fine. Something about social situations require much more prep. Like, it just requires me to get in the right headspace, because I'm just not accustomed to or happy being around, especially if they're strangers, especially if we're lightly weary. We're getting weary messages, but it's not advancing yet. I think we do need to stop fighting. I really don't like videos where we just sit in the base and read books. I know that that's boring. I know I already play slow. And I worry that that will bore people or make them unhappy. I really wanted to keep looting. Car showroom doesn't mean anything to me. Why don't we go back up north and have a look and see what this alarm house looks like? Maybe we can slip into that outdoorsman shop. And then we'll come back and just read, I think. We're a little too close to the road. We should be further back. You're continuing to work. Yeah, these messages are showing up way too frequently as well. That should really be cut down. I shouldn't be getting a message every 3 or 4 steps. And it's just starting to get pretty annoying. There's another one. Check the house. I do see some enemies. It's not every 3 or 4 turns, but you know what I mean. It's too frequent of a message. The crawler. Let's kill the crawler. That shouldn't be an issue. I don't really see any monster density, so we might actually be able to go over to the outdoorsman shop without issue. They may be inside the house, but I think we would see signs of that. We would have seen broken windows as we approached. Slowly, cautiously check the road. We are seeing zombies. They're all the way over there. The outdoorsman shop looks like it has a glass back. No, that's just a fenced-in area. So there's a tent there. We'd like to get inside. There is a fair bit of glass. And I'm guessing it's locked. Where's this zombie? To our south. Oh, you're going to be able to see me. Yeah, you've spotted me already, tough zombie. Oh, and a runner. I didn't even see you there, runner. I guess we need to sprint. Again, I don't know if we're getting a multiplier on our attack speed because of the weariness. So I'm a little nervous fighting, especially with my stamina draining. So let's be inside while we rest. Yes. Why did you come over here, zombie? I was expecting the tough zombie. We shouldn't need to run to fight him, but I am concerned about the tough zombie that is presumably following this guy. Okay, Zambi, slow down. Okay. With him on the furniture, he gets a movement. He gets slowed, so just go out this way. No, don't step into thorns. Let's back up a bit, get our stamina back, and see where the tough zombie shakes out. There he is. Should be able to take him. Zombie runner as well. It's following, presumably, the sound. So let's move to the south. Maybe we can block line of sight. Oh, you're kind of fast, huh? Okay. I just hate having things sprung on me. I don't know. Maybe it's the depression and my mental health stuff, but like, I just don't feel up to it a lot of the time. I feel like I can't handle being around people, and I have to sort of mentally prepare. It's exhausting. It's part of what being an introvert is. You know, an introvert doesn't necessarily mean that you don't like talking with people. It's just that how do I want to say this? Being an introvert, interacting social situations as an introvert, they're just exhausting. Like, that's how I would describe it. It just wears you out. It doesn't mean you don't like people. It doesn't mean you know, especially because many of us, I'm assuming that some of you watching this are introverts. It just seems natural that the people who would be drawn to me as a person are probably similar to me. It's not that we don't have friends. It's not that we don't talk to people. You know, it doesn't mean we can't unwind in a social situation. But interacting with other people is tiresome. It's work. It's hard sometimes to constantly try to relate to people, you know, like that same girlfriend, her roommate at the time in college, we had gone to dinner. We had hung out basically all day and night with her roommate and her roommate's boyfriend. And I was thrust into a position where my girlfriend and his girlfriend, they were roommates and they were good friends. So for them, it was a very easy social situation. For me, I was suddenly thrust into a situation with a guy I've never met, that I don't know anything about, you know, and I have to basically make small talk and try to befriend this guy just because our two partners are friends, right? And that is a very common situation for adults, right? Your wife meets a new lady and you have to make nice with her husband, or your boyfriend's guy friends come over or whatever, and you're thrust into a position where you have to try and make nice with people that you know nothing about, that you don't really feel like you have anything in common with, that you struggle to find common ground with. And that's what meeting a new person is always like. Like, you don't know them. It's tiresome. It makes me sad and tired when I have to deal with people. So whenever I know I'm going to be in a situation where I have to be around those people, You're all coming over here. Now you can see me. You didn't see me before. What is this tile? That's a brainless zombie. Oh, do you have a tile now? You didn't have a tile when I made my video about your Unfortunately, it's obscured by this. Is this a brazier? It is. So it's kind of merging. I think it's just that. Okay, go back. I think it's just that the shirt color of the zombie might be the same color as the brazier. I can't tell if it's overlapping or if it's just the same coloring. Either way, we'll take a look at those at some point, because I just made a video about the brainless line of zombies and they didn't have sprites in Altica, so that's nice that they have sprites. We should leave. There's no reason for us to fight all of them. So we're gonna backtrack. They're gonna follow us. Some of them are gonna get hung up on the fencing. We're just gonna go back to our base. We're weary. We're gonna spend some time reading, training our skills. The odds of them following me all the way home are not great, so we don't need to worry about that too much. I don't know. People are exhausting, and I like people. Like, that's the other part of it that's kind of frustrating, is like, I enjoy talking with people. I enjoy, for the most part, my satisfaction with social interaction comes from partners. I feel like when I have a girlfriend, that is the most satisfying, is when I have someone that, you can cuddle with and just share, like, just companionship, where you feel comfortable enough to maybe cuddle up on a couch together, watch a movie, whatever. That's obviously not something, it's not the same as watching the same movie with a guy friend or something like that. We're going to haul our whole book pile outside, and I'm just going to read them all to get access to their recipes. It's different when it's a partner. You feel more comfortable, or maybe that's just for me. I'm not even speaking for all, introverts now. I just value that relationship kind of stuff the most, and I like being around people. I was someone who, as a teen, was very life of the party. People always wanted to know, oh, is he going to be there? People would always ask about me and always wanted me to be there because I was like a fun dude, but which is weird because I never viewed myself as fun. But I don't know. I like social interaction. It's just tiresome, makes me tired. Oh, stop reading. We brought a chair out here specifically to sit in while we read. Even if the game doesn't actually care about that, I would rather have us sitting in a chair. We are tired again, so we're just going to read for a little bit. I think we'll go up to the next level of fab here. Never mind. Sun went down. We'll just call it. And we'll go to bed. And we will treat our wounds and we will sleep better this time around. We are going to pull... Man, even the garage has windows. I was going to say we'll pull it into the garage where there's no windows, but this room doesn't have windows. There's a bathroom. Also bathroom. So I'm just looking at the closet there that I was thinking of. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's sleep in the bathroom. You cannot grab the bed. Why? You cannot grab the bed because there's stuff on it. You cannot grab the bed. Why? Why though? Give me something blunt to wield. Go ahead and wield the plank. Maybe if we smash it down to one tile, maybe it's because it was multi-tile and they changed it to where you can't pull multi-tile furniture apart anymore. Are we wielding the knife spear? We are. Give me the bed. You cannot grab the bed. That's real dumb. It doesn't really make any sense why you wouldn't be able to haul a bed. Why? Why can't I grab the bed? Can I disassemble, deconstruct simple furniture? It's too dark. We should have a flashlight. That is not my tool pile. Here's a flashlight. Hopefully nothing is up here to the north. Activate flashlight. Deconstruct simple furniture. Bed is disassembled. Your hands are not free. Yes, well, this should be a mattress, I think. So we'll haul that over here. Can I now grab the bed frame? Yes, okay. So it's a bit peculiar. It adds an extra step of needing to deconstruct and reconstruct the furniture. Add mattress to bed frame. Okay, so now we have a nice little bed with in an area where we don't have to worry about zombies coming through the windows. So we have that. Let's grab a blanket. Down-filled blanket. Fancy, fancy. Or is that fancy? I don't know. I don't have down-filled blankets. I sleep with a quilt that's probably, I don't know, twice as old as I am. Drop the flashlight. Probably not that old. And let's apply some bandages and things, which the drug pile is over yonder. So disinfect. Actually, we have low-tier disinfectant, right? We picked up, I want to say hydrogen peroxide. Did I spell it wrong? I did not. I thought we picked up some hydrogen peroxide. Oh, maybe we didn't sort our things. Go ahead and sort our unsorted pile. Try this again. Perox. We did. So hydrogen peroxide in real life is actually a terrible disinfectant. It doesn't really do that much for you, but in the game we do have it listed as a weak disinfectant, I believe. So let's scroll down here. I'm looking for antiseptic for bleaching hair or textiles. I tried that when I was a teenager. They said if you put hydrogen peroxide on your hair and go out in the sun, it would bleach your hair, but I never had any results from that. I never noticed it lighten my hair at all. Use as an antiseptic or for bleaching hair or textiles. Foams a little bit when in contact with organic matter, but otherwise harmless. Okay. That's fine. So we'll use that as disinfectant. I don't know that it matters for disinfecting a wound. I don't think light versus heavy disinfectant actually... Oh, there is a different quality. That's cool. Anyway, we will apply some antiseptic to our most severe wound, which would be our arm. In fact, we have plenty of hydrogen peroxide, so we'll do both. So we've disinfected our wounds. Let's treat our wounds as well. We never did, or bandage our wounds as well. I never did grind first aid up, so we don't have first aid 2 yet, or first aid 1 yet. So we can't actually make boiled makeshift bandages, but it's only a 25% difference between makeshift and boiled makeshift, I believe, in their bandaging power. And treating our wounds should also be raising our skill. Where is first aid? What's it called now? It's not first aid anymore. Medical treatment or something. Healthcare. 83%. So we're not quite there. And then let's eat and drink before we go to bed. We should still have some meat pizza somewhere at the top of this list. And we have veggie pizza as well. Let's eat 2 charges of meat pizza. Unfortunately, we are now satisfied. So we're not going to be able to drink very much. But that should be fine. Should be able to get a swig in. All right. And now we'll go to bed. Tired and full. Great. That's a great way to go to bed. No, don't save until after we sleep. We'll have ourselves a sleep. Hopefully no zombies come through our front door here. So again, an episode where we did not accomplish very much. I'm starting to be unhappy with our progress. We're on day 3 now, and we really haven't done much of anything. Our wounds are healing, which is great. Our arm looks like it's going to be recovering quite a bit. We've already woken up. I thought that would take longer than it did. And we're going to save and call the episode here. So for now, everybody, thanks for watching. Sorry I got a little off track mentally in this episode. Felt like I rambled a bit, but that's going to do it for this one. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.